All right, man. It has been a week. It has been a month. It has been a year. It has been a bunch of time. But you know what? We're back here with another one, with another episode. Yo, it is Yo Captain of the Hooligan Express on one side of the Mississippi. Tornado McCray, Myron McCray, as some people may know me as. And that right there, that gentleman over there is my co-host.
Yep, what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox 26 coming back at you again with another North Carolina live. Man,
Bro, I feel like we've just had such a busy week. Like we've been
we've
just
had something for sure.
we've just been caught up, bro, because there's a backlog of videos we got to get out for y'all. If y'all don't catch the lives but like watching the full videos, I got to get those out to y'all, chop that up. And then this weekend, we were both busy, so we couldn't do a post game live like we wanted to. We both got caught up. And honestly, I still enjoyed my weekend, so I am not going to say I was mad.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
okay, I'm not going to say that.
I had work, so I just couldn't be here. But either way, we here now, and uh, we can go ahead and we'll go ahead and rip the band-aid off real quick.
Address the elephant in
So
the room.
we'll go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
Listen, man.
So we already know UNC beat Charlotte. It's the first win in the Belichick era, and hopefully this puts them in.
Give him a little.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, give
Yeah,
him a little.
let's hope that this gives them a little bit of momentum going into next week against Richmond. Because
I'm
I
gonna tell
watched,
you now. If it doesn't
I
give him
watched
any
it.
momentum, bruh.
Yeah, if we don't have any momentum going in after this week, I don't know what to tell you. Because I watched the game, and sure, it was a 20-3 victory. Great for UNC, but it should have been more than that by a lot.
Oh,
It should have
I
been at
watched.
least
I
42.
watched the highlights and I was upset. I saw the score and I was keeping tabs on it on my phone.
Yeah,
But the fact that, and this again, this is not a shade or a knock to UNC Charlotte. Honestly, this is more of a praise to UNC Charlotte that it was that close. I'll give them
listen,
praise.
UNC Charlotte, UNC Charlotte's going to be a problem for their conference for sure.
Right.
Like
Like, I'll give them praise.
because one I'm gonna go ahead and point out one Connor Harrell based like, if you looked at his stat line, you would think he played terrible, but to be honest, he actually played a lot better than people think. Now it sucks that we lost him because Connor Harrell was Max Johnson's backup last year. He took over for after Max got hurt, but you can see there's definitely been some improvement from last year to now. He looks comfortable. He looks like he can command the offense well. His reads were good. There are definitely a lot of times where either his receivers let him down or his offensive line just could not hold up to save his life, and he had to try to make a play out of nothing. And he did more often than not. But looking at 6 carries for negative 24 yards, you would think that okay, he didn't get anywhere. But
I'm a,
17. He also only missed 12 passes. Went
bro.
17 for 29 for 140 yards, and he should have had a couple of touchdowns had some of those drives just not petered out due to either mistakes on the offensive end or just drop passes. And then even then, his backup who came in later in the game, despite throwing 2 interceptions, still went 8 for 12 for 110. So it makes you wonder, yeah, UNC's offense and the defense looked better, but they're not convincing me that they're going to go out and win you a game no time soon.
No.
Sure, Gio looked better for sure with 17 to 25 for 155 and a touchdown and 9 carries for 44. But is once again, overall, it's against worse competition. It's against a competition that he's more used to. And Davion Goss and Damon June are definitely putting that running back on notice. Because
Let me say this, man.
Carries for 52 yards and 5 carries, and Goss had 5 carries for 30 and a touchdown.
Let me get on that one real quick because here's my thing, bro. Here's my thing, and I had a few. Just like you had the stats, and I added some in there too. One, and I even wrote them down. I even wrote them down at work. I wrote them down at work, bro. Just so y'all understand this. All right. Gio Lopez, 1725, 155, 1 TD with a 49.2 QBR. Versus UNC Charlotte, that's below average, dog. That's way below average. Your first touchdown, your only touchdown pass was the very first touchdown you threw, the 50-yard bomb within the first minute of the first quarter. You did not throw a single touchdown after that. Now we could execute. So like completion wise, 17 to 25 is a good day, but against UNC Charlotte, I need at least 225. I'll go
it's
25 with 2 TDs at minimum.
It's a decent day if
it was TCU last week.
Not even that. It's a decent day if your offense was running for 200 plus yards.
True.
The offense as a whole only ran for 148 yards.
And that's the other thing. You got DeMond Drew with 303 yards at the team. Lopez yourself, you ran for 44 yards. Like DeMond Drew was 52 yards. Lopez was 44 yards. Both of them had 9 carries. Then you have Goss 5 carries, 30 yards, 1 TD, and Caleb Hood had 5 carries for 15 yards. So you weren't running that heavy. You weren't passing that heavy.
And that's 148 on 33 attempts. You ran 33 times this game. Here's the problem. Here's the biggest problem. You don't for some reason your offensive line can't get a push on even Charlotte. And like I said, once again, this isn't a knock to Charlotte because Charlotte played well despite the score. Like you still gave this team fits that honestly shouldn't have happened. Then special teams did pretty good. Like I said, Verhoff went 2 for 2 on both field goals and extra points. Magnus 6 punts for 255 and 4 inside the 20.
Bro, that's the one I need right there. That was my biggest highlight of the game. You mean to tell me our punter, and Magnus did his job, 4 inside the 26 punts. Why is he punting the ball 6 times versus UNC Charlotte? Why? I did not expect to see no more than 3 punts for this man. But he's punting the ball 6 times. Now, and again, that could also be praise for UNC Charlotte's defense. But at the end of the day, bro, UNC Charlotte is a pay game. Like, let's call it for what it is. No disrespect to them. That's a pay-for game. They know they're coming in here to help UNC tune up, the same as Richmond. And you can only put up 20, and your punter is punting 6 times. You had 6 drives just stall out like that to where y'all don't score one touchdown until within the first minute of the first quarter, and you don't score another touchdown again until 13 seconds left in the half.
Not just that. Check this out. So those 6 punts also set off was another problem. We're only 33% on third down. We were 5 for 15 as a team on third down. 5 penalties for 55 yards. Charlotte had 21 first downs compared to UNC's 15. Then on top of that, Charlotte only had the ball for just about a minute more than UNC total on possession time. So, and here's another big glaring issue that we're having, right? There needs to be more production from Paysour.
Bill still figured out.
And that's fine. And that's
fine, bro. I'm perfectly okay with that.
I get you. Like I said, you have a whole new squad. You have 70 new players. I get it. You're still figuring out who can do what. But for some of the guys who have been here already, it makes you wonder. Because Ship and Paysour need to do more as a group. Paysour had 7 receptions for 97 yards. Ship has all 7 receptions. Paysour has nothing. Paysour has no receptions in the last 2 games. Chris Culliver and Javarius Green have more receptions individually than Paysour, because Paysour, like I said, has been targeted, but he hasn't had any receptions. Chris Culliver has 3 receptions for 74 yards and a touchdown, and that was just in the last game. He didn't get one in the first game. And Javarius Green has 6 receptions for 88 yards on the season, and that's between both the first and the second game. So he's gotten at least 3 receptions per game. And what bothers me is Jordan Ship's best game was literally game 1. He only got 3 receptions this past week for 13 yards.
honestly, I'm looking at this game and I'm with you. Receivers got to step up for sure. I need Ship. I need Paysword. I need one. Like, I truly, truly, truly was expecting this to kind of look like the route that TCU gave us, just kind of as a bounce back of just like, hey, yo, you know what? We got smacked by TCU. Let's take out this frustration out on UNC
Yeah,
Charlotte. Not
I was
making this
expecting a little
close
more.
at all. Not,
Yeah, I was
not
expecting a little more anger behind this game, a little more urgency of
and
what
it's
seems
like
more like. And you can tell there's a little bit. They're a little bit more cohesive now compared to last week.
I mean, yeah,
But
but
once you start getting
just
into
natural chemistry.
But once you play against, once you start going against UCF in 2 weeks, when you start hitting the ACC teams in 2 weeks,
at 3:30, because they just changed the time for that game. It's 3:30 prime time on a Saturday between two NFL games.
Yeah. So if you got,
and then you got Clemson at the end of the month.
Let's say exactly, you got UCF and Clemson coming up, and I'll admit, Clemson looks rough. Clemson looks real rough.
Clemson looks sporadic. If I was being honest right now, Clemson, I would say I'm more scared of UCF because I don't know what we're going to get with UCF. Like, UCF is a real unknown. You don't know what team you're going to get. Clemson,
if I remember right, because UCF is the one that beat Boise State beginning of the season.
I'm saying that, but I'm also looking at like UCF can really come out and punch UNC in the mouth.
Definitely.
Clemson, they look rough and just bad right now compared to what you're expecting them to be. Because naturally, you would anticipate Clemson would be the harder team. But the way they're playing right now, I easily could say UCF is probably going to be the harder team right now.
Oh yeah, right, between the two right now, and it may, like I said, and it may change after next week. But yeah, between the two right now, they will get better as the Hizzy Titans rotations, definitely. And I see that going on, but I know right now there should be a sense of urgency for the team as a whole. Like, next week should be what feels like your last tune-up game going into this stretch of tougher teams. Because UCF, if you play around with it, will hit you like TCU did.
If I'm being truthful, if I'm being that guy, and I know I've said this is my guy all season, all off season and whatnot, but if I'm being honest, I would start Max Johnson this game just to see how the offense looks, because this is the last essential, like you said, UCF can come and punch you in the mouth. So you got to go into the UCF game ready to rock. And at the quarterback position, because if, no disrespect, Charlotte, but if we talking about it, Richmond and Charlotte are kind of on that same tier of these are tune-ups, right?
Yeah.
So going into this Richmond game, if you are still unsure, still uncertain about who really can lead this offense and who's QB1, I would start Max Johnson. And then you're like, all right, this is how Max looked against Richmond. This is how Gio looked against Charlotte. This is how the offense as a whole looked behind these two quarterbacks.
And who should I go with?
Going against UCF.
Who was more productive? Who took more better control of the team? Which one looked like it was going to be a better offense going into this UCF game?
And not only that,
I agree. I think Max should get a start for Richmond. Let him play the whole game, and see. He said, "I said that game worried me." It did.
Yeah, it worried anybody because like we all said, that should not have been a 20-3 score line.
Should not have been.
I was expecting, and I'll give Charlotte credit. I could have seen a 35-10. I could have seen a 35-10 score line, maybe a 42-10, 42-13 score line. 20-3. That was not. I was expecting at least
30 points being put up on the board by North Carolina. That was my expectation. You didn't have to do a 40 point, 50 point blowout, nothing like that. You didn't have to pull nothing crazy. But I wanted to see something that looked like. I wanted to see an angrier team. That's what I wanted to see.
Here's my other thing. I would have been okay if North Carolina scored a touchdown on the first drive, touchdown on the second drive, then Charlotte kind of tightens up and just starting to slow North Carolina down throughout the game because they've tightened up. We scored on the very first possession a touchdown. Then you tell me we don't score another TD until 13 seconds left in the half, and the score is 17-3. That's it. There's 17-3, and then in the entire second half, we are only able to put ourselves in position to get one more field goal. Like,
because I'm not gonna sit here and blame the team by itself, because it's not the team by itself. This is where the biggest issue with Freddie Kitchens came in, especially when he was in the NFL. There's a lot of vanilla play calling. There's a lot of refusal to adjust to a situation that will put your players in positions to make plays. Because as of right now, like it's real. It looks real timid. It looks real vanilla. It looks real obvious in playing the call. So it's not like you're really trying to be dynamic right now. And I don't know
Freddie
why.
Kitchens ain't the only issue in terms of the coaching booth, because you're going to sit there and tell me, even if it is Steve Belichick calling defense, bro, 1 sack, 5 tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections, and 2 INTs. That's all you could get on Charlotte, and you gave up 250 passing yards. Yeah, you might have had negative 28 rushing yards, but you gave up 250 through the air. You mean to tell me you couldn't get pressure back there at all? Like, if I'm missing something and I got to go back and watch the game, maybe the stat line doesn't reflect. But from what I saw, I'm like, that doesn't add up.
Not only did you give up 250, but you also gave up a 61% completion percentage.
I'm saying
between both quarterbacks, not just the starter, but the starter and his backup.
You can't get pressure.
The backup only missed 3 passes. 2 of them were interceptions.
And I'm saying you mean to tell me the backup can go for 60%. The starter can go for 60%. You can't get pressure on the quarterback, and your secondary is giving up 60% on the backside.
Because Harrell went for 59% and Loftus went for 66%.
That's not good, bro. And
it is never a good look when a backup quarterback can come in and throw for an even better percentage than the starting quarterback that was in. And I'll go ahead and say it was a better game for Allen overall. Dixon's still showing what we got Dixon for. But at the end of the day, I know
Greg Smith and Ziegler got those interceptions. So shout outs to them for getting those interceptions. But bro,
so you can tell as a team is starting to gel a little bit better. They're getting a little bit better, but the biggest problem that I'm having right now, it feels like Bill is running these first 3 games like it's a preseason matchup.
You had time to do that.
You don't have preseason. You don't have preseason.
Your preseason was camp and all the stuff in the summer. And that was your preseason.
Yeah, all that, the spring and the summer was all of your preseason stuff. That was it. You don't get preseason games to warm up and figure out what your rotations are.
In college football, if you lose one or 2 games. Like right now, we all know about it. Clemson is on the bubble. They got to start running the table. That TCU loss, even if Clemson runs the table, if they are not convincing in their wins going forward, Clemson's on the bubble for making the CFP. Like let's call it for what it is, because that TCU loss, even if it hurts them in multiple ways. Because if TCU goes on and dominates like that, and dominates the way they look, guess what? Yeah, you lost to a TCU team and got smacked by them. So what makes you think you belong? Or if TCU goes and loses badly and just falters out, now you lost to a really trash TCU team. So for UNC, it's like, dog. Well, why was I saying Clemson? I'm sorry, us. Anywho, I apologize. Y'all know what I mean. Basically, if we run that table and TCU just manages to crap the bed, it looks bad for us. And if TCU looks great and we somehow still make an adjustment or whatever the case may be, it looks bad for us.
Because
I apologize for that.
Y'all. Outside of us, only 3 teams underperformed last week. and that was Duke getting beat by Illinois 45-19, SMU losing to Baylor 45-48.
I mean, but that game was close though. That game
It was, but you would expect number 17 SMU to beat Baylor.
No, I would, but Baylor came out hitting.
But no, give it like props to Baylor because Baylor came and balled out. It was a good game from beginning to end.
Because if you had told me Baylor was going to put up a 48 spot, I wouldn't have believed you.
And actually, tell you, I take the SMU one back. Actually, Syracuse, despite the fact that they won, they beat UConn 27-20.
That's an underperformance.
That's an underperformance. Then
ain't no way you struggling with UConn football like that.
And then the one team that we already expected to underperform this year was Stanford, who got blew out by BYU 27-3. But we don't expect Stanford to be great anyway.
I really don't.
We don't go into expecting a whole lot out of Stanford.
Not anymore.
Because outside of that, Virginia Tech lost to Vandy, but you would think
Vandy.
But it's one of those things you're like, okay, the SEC, one of the SEC's worst teams could honestly beat one of the better ACC teams.
But honestly,
was what the opinion would be.
I'm not even going to say Vandy's one of.
But Vandy's not bad anyway.
I'm not even going to say Vandy's one of the worst SEC teams. Vandy's one of the most sporadic SEC teams. You don't know what you get with them. Vandy has the talent. Vandy has the talent to go toe-to-toe with a Georgia, with a Texas, with an Ohio State any week. But then they also have the talent to falter to a UCF. They
also have the routine of tripping against teams.
That's what I'm saying. They are the most sporadic team. Like, they have the talent to compete with top dogs, but then also for some reason have the talent or the luck or whatever the case may be to lose.
I would definitely say if nothing else, the game of the week was that NC State Virginia game for sure.
Oh, bro, listen. I was watching that NC State game.
NC State having to come back for the win.
I was watching it. You talking about the Wolfpack game, right?
Yeah, the 31-35 game.
Yeah, I was watching that one.
So
I ain't gonna cap. Side note, and I had this conversation. Side note. I know we the Tar Heels, we got great jerseys and everything. Personally speaking, and you know me, just because I love the colorway, I think the Wolfpack got the best looking like mascot and colorway combo, or at least one of the best mascot colorway combos in college football.
You're already biased for the black and red combination.
Anyway. I just said that. But the black and red combo and the wolf. Now I will say their logo ain't the greatest. They could have a better wolf logo, but the black, red, and white combo with wolves, I think works really well.
I said I give them that. Because I was always pretty partial to like the Wake Forest's gold and black.
I never liked Wake Forest's logo. I did. I hated the Demon Deacon, bro. Like I was like, what is a Demon Deacon? Like, is this a pastor that preaches Satanism?
Nah, he's just possessed.
He's just possessed.
He's just possessed. Yeah, because looking at the schedule for the next couple of weeks, you have UCF, which could easily be a problem. You have Clemson after that, which is definitely going to be a problem. I don't care how bad Clemson comes out and plays.
Oh yeah, especially if Clemson has a point to prove and they gotta shut some people up. Like they're like, okay, now y'all talking disrespectful. They're like, y'all talking.
They drop 4 spots on top of that. No, they're going. Yeah, no, they got a point to prove for the next several weeks to the end of the season. Then you got California, who's been playing a lot better than expected. Because they're 2-0 right now, if I remember.
Hey. Because I ain't gonna lie. Listen, we gotta admit it. You and I on this channel both said California wasn't gonna be.
I thought they were gonna be bottom 3.
Hey, we both looking at them.
And then Virginia, if they're able to take NC State to a game like that, if we don't come on our P's and Q's against Virginia, Virginia will embarrass you.
Virginia will run you out the gym.
Run you out of gym. Syracuse, we already know what we get with Syracuse. They've been a little shaky, but then again, I think.
But we play them on Halloween night, bro. Like I'm not going against that, bro.
That and on top of that, I think they were just a little rattled after the Tennessee game because they got mollywopped with the Tennessee.
They still seeing mandarins and oranges, bro. Like they don't know what's
seeing the mandarins and tangerines. And then Stanford should be a walk-off. If it ain't,
oh, listen, hey Bill, if you struggle with Stanford, hey, them recruits might just dip, dog. Them recruits might just dip.
If you struggle with Stanford, then you really have a problem. Then there's a whole lot of fixing you have to do during this offseason.
There's a whole lot.
Because you can't sleep on, because at this point you can't sleep on Wake Forest. You surely, for the love of North Carolina, if you fall asleep on Duke,
listen. No. Listen here. For all that is good and holy, from Tobacco Road to California, from here to Japan, I don't give a damn. Excuse my language, but I gotta say it. If you fall asleep on Duke and we get embarrassed, worse than the TCU game, if we get embarrassed by Duke, oh, Bill, I will come to Chapel Hill myself and say, put in your resignation. I will ask you to put in your. I don't listen. TCU, I can live with losing to TCU. I can live with losing to Clemson. I can live with losing to a Miami if we. I know they ain't on the schedule, but if we would have played them, I can live with losing to Virginia. You know what? I can live with losing to Stanford, but if you let us get embarrassed, not lose, embarrassed to Duke. Yeah, go ahead and clock out for me, big dog.
Did you go ahead and clock out? Because that coaching seat could not be hotter. After that.
I'm putting napalm in that joint.
It is hot. Then to finish the season out, you got NC State, who at this point, ACC wise, is
they're gonna smack us.
They're the biggest ACC wise next to Florida State and Miami.
Listen,
if you had to do a top 3 teams right now for the ACC, it'd be Florida State, Miami, North Carolina State.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my apology out there now. Florida State, I was talking a whole lot about y'all in the offseason because of y'all 2-11 season. I apologize for my outburst. I was not familiar with your game. Because them boys that came out firing, dog. I can't even lie.
I'll say this. He apologizes. I do not. I said what I said. And y'all knew as well as I did. What I said was true.
Listen, no, everything I said was true. But listen,
but at the end of the day, y'all been showing out. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like, bro, like I just gotta apologize.
Y'all been looking like Florida State of yore for the last 2 weeks.
Now I will say this.
I got no beef with y'all.
Hey, I'm gonna be quiet. Hopefully they figured it out by Duke. If they haven't, dog,
if they ain't got it figured out by Duke, then
I said, he got the clock. He got the clock.
I said, that seat is molten at this point. You can spot that seat would be so hot you can spot it from space. There's no way.
that joint will burn with the white hot intensity of 1,000 suns, bro. Get it out of here.
When I tell you, I feel like somebody is going to find whatever way they can to loophole that contract after that.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this.
I'm giving him the benefit right now. You have the benefit up until after Richmond this Saturday. You have the benefit of the doubt because it is a brand new team with 70 new players on it. But I'm telling you, if you ain't got it figured out, if you ain't got something starting to get looking like it's a team, a Bill Belichick team, but I would say at least California or Virginia.
Hell no. Bro, I'm just saying this.
If this doesn't look like at least a mildly greased machine by California or Virginia,
Hey, not even mildly greased. If there ain't no WD-40 at all,
if
all
it
this
doesn't look
thing,
like you have put WD-40 on any of this by California or Virginia, man,
they go,
man, good thing I'll say this. Good thing you got those couple of trademarks you got because those other ones got ain't worked out too well, did they?
I'll say, does he? Does he? Because you saw as well as I.
Hey, you saw how I snuck that in there.
Get this man off
one yet.
Bro.
That was the best one yet.
I'm mad.
Best
I'm
transition
mad.
yet.
I'm
best
mad,
transition
bro.
yet. Got past you and everything.
It didn't even pass me. It sat there and you said it, and then I was like, he really just did, bro.
Ain't even realize it. Got him.
I realized it, and I'm mad, bro. Thinker, get this man off of here, bro. Like, I'm sick and tired of this man. These transitions. Jesus,
ooh, buddy.
Oh,
I was proud of that. I'm proud of that one. That was so smooth. That was so smooth.
Hey, here. Like, stop it. Jesus Christ. But for those of you who don't know, our boy Bill has applied for some trademarks. We all know he did this, right? However, they didn't go too well. Nani? They did not go too well. So Bill was out here thinking he could apply. Like, we all know he was talking about, what was it? What was the other trademark you tried earlier this year? What was it, Chapel Bill? Yeah, Chapel Bill. There it was. He did Chapel Bill.
So TCE Rights Management is the company that put in the applications for these trademarks. Initiated by you know who, Ms. Hudson herself.
And Bill.
And I mean, so yeah, Bill's a part of it because TCE's is one of his whatever his brand is working with.
Mm-hmm.
But the applications were for Do Your Job, Ignore the Noise, The Bellastrator, No Days Off, Chapel Bill, The Belichick Way, and the All Belichick Team. 4 out of the 7 of those trademarks were denied because the Patriots hold right to 3 out of the 4 that were denied.
I think they got all 4. The 4 that denied. I think they got all 4.
One of them said like 3 out of the 4. The other one, I think the other one said 4 out of 4. Either way,
yeah, I know. Bleacher Report said they got all 4. So
the Patriots have the rights to these already trademarked.
Nah.
And according to
the workaround that they tried to use to get them.
Putting Bill's version instead.
Yeah. So they were like, we're gonna copy Taylor Swift and just put Bill's version after. So it would say like, Do Your Job, Bill's version. Ignore the Noise, Bill's version. I'm like, bro, right. I can't just go up and be like, Nike, just do it, Myron's version.
Exactly. Because Nike will sue the pants off of you.
Bro, Nike go slap me with the what was that fish that Rolf had? That mackerel?
Listen.
That mackerel?
Hit you with the hat of discipline.
Right. And then ask me if I brought the cupcakes of forgiveness.
Right. Because like even Michael Rothstein was like, the phrases they attempted to trademark would cause likelihood of confusion with previously filed ones. The Patriots hold right on trademarks Belichick and Hudson sought. So they did receive the rights to Chapel Bill, the Belichick Way, and the All Belichick Team. So they did get the rights to use those.
I'll give you Chapel Bill.
Like I like Chapel Bill.
Like Chapel Bill, I'll give you. Like, that was
I'm even cool with the Belichick Way. The All Belichick Team. Y'all ain't seen that. Somebody else said that. And y'all just like,
here's my thing. The all Belichick team, I feel like that only applies to the NFL right now. Like, there's no reason to use that.
Wasn't it like college. An ESPN post anyway? It's like an NFL.com or an ESPN post.
Probably if they've done one where it's just like all of Belichick's like best players he's ever coached.
Yeah,
probably like Brady, Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, Ty Law, Teddy Bruschi, and so on and so forth.
Mike Vrabel, all like it's come on. But like I understand that Bill is a brand now at this point, but it's like there is a certain level of lack of awareness in all of this that is saddening. Hilarious.
I feel like it's irking you. I feel like this is really grinding your gears.
Because it's like this is stuff that you see. This is amateur hour type stuff.
Is this like, hey, is this like don't copy? It's like this is what this is. Copy my work, but don't make it obvious.
It really is. Because why would you? Because once you put in Bill's version and all that, you knew when you did that, you knew that the Patriots had these trademarks.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Why would you put that knowing you helped the NFL team trademark these exact same things for you?
Because think about it, even Chapel Bill, the Belichick way, and all Belichick team all also said Bill's version. Why? Chapel Bill just started when he got to North Carolina. The Belichick way has been going on for a long time. I get that one. And then all Belichick team, that just showed up after the man left the Patriots. Nobody started talking about at least 2 out of the 3 of these. So what is happening? What was your research prior to this?
Here's my thing. Why did Chapel Bill say Bill's version? Who was the Bill before this? Who was the William? Who was the William?
So who said it first?
What William? I need to know the William.
And if Parcells did say anything, I'm pretty sure he said "do your job and no days off" plenty of times.
Was it Bill Clinton? I hope not.
Bill Bellamy, Billie Holiday. Because I remember when I first brought this up to you, and the first thing you thought was, ain't these just regular everyday's comments? Yes, they are. Yes. That's exactly
what they are. Listen, I knew.
I know it is. In the 3 to 4 years that I have coached, I have said "do your job" more times than I could ever believe.
What do you mean? That's what I've said as a coach.
It is a standard phrase in coaching: is "do your job," because that's exactly what you're teaching them to do. Is their job. Like, what do you
literally? Hey, bro, don't do your other teammate's job. Do your job, and everything will fall into place.
Hey, you know what? Let's go. I'll go another level deeper. This is a work environment level comment in general.
This man about to contact HR. This man about to contact.
It's an HR comment. It is an HR manager, supervisor, shift
Are you admin? Are you admin? No.
Admin, regional, district.
Hey, this is
CEO.
Hey, this ain't even CFO. That, bro. You know this is new worker employee training. Do your job.
Listen, CEO, CFO, IRA, NRA. NRFB, all of this.
Lakers in 5.
So no, at the end of the day, you deserved to get these denied. You didn't need to be here for this. So, like, my question is, where was the scouting? Where was the research? Who told you that this was okay? Because this makes less sense than Bill banning the Patriots from the facilities.
Honestly, I was gonna say that, but like my thing was more so, you helped them do this, but you ain't gonna allow them on the field. You ain't gonna allow them in your facilities. Like, what's up?
They can't look at the practices. They can't look at the players.
They can't look at nothing, bro. Like everybody else can come down, but they can't come down.
And you did this to be petty. You did this because you believe that you're not allowed over there. So you're like, why would I let you over here, sir? This is a business.
Here's my thing. Hey, Bill, I got a question for you, just real quick. Did you ever go talk to him? Did you ever go up to the door and the same way you made that walk of shame? Did you ever make the walk back to Foxborough and just ask?
Did you pull a Jamal Adams in New York? Did you walk up to the door and try to scan your badge and it said you can't get in?
Here's the bad part. That probably is what happened. And that's why he's like, oh, they hate me lo and behold, Bill, you don't work here no more. Just ask us to let you in.
Sir, you've been fired. You don't work here. Of course, you don't have immediate access to the building. Just call us, and we will just let you in the door.
Like,
Because
you gave us 6 championships. You will always be allowed to come back here, bro.
Because Mike Vrabel done said he's welcome at the facilities whenever, and Robert Kraft even admitted that they're going to put a statue of Bill Belichick in front of Gillette Stadium once his career's over.
Yeah, so they're probably gonna put him and Brady's right beside each other.
That's what I'm saying. Why do you believe somebody that's going to put a statue of you at their stadium doesn't want you in the building?
Unless
I get
Bill,
you and Robert Kraft have whatever thing that you got going on, but come on, bro.
Let's be real. Let's be real and honest. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady in the area of New England, bro. The Patriots as a legacy as a whole. The only way you will not be allowed into that facility is if you get caught doing something so illegal on like R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, like Jeffrey, you know who. You got to get caught on something of that magnitude for the Patriots to be.
You got to be on Steen levels.
You got to be on Steen
probably
levels.
Get you banned from the facilities. Another thing that probably get you banned from the facilities is if you come out the side of your neck and say that Kraft is on some kind of list somewhere. That's another thing. You'd have to be the most disrespectful individual to Robert Kraft that you could ever have been up until this point for you not to be allowed in that building.
Nah, you know what?
Robert Kraft would probably tell his workers like, "Hey, don't let this man in here," and the staff be like, "But it's Bill though."
Nah, I know what it is, and this will fit perfectly. If Bill end up with Robert Kraft's granddaughter, he ain't coming back.
Oh, definitely not.
If he leave Jordan, end up with Kraft's granddaughter, oh yeah, that man ain't never getting allowed back in there.
Because think about it, because Kraft gonna have to see him every holiday. You don't want to see him at work either. I'm already seeing you at my house. I don't want you. I don't know. Thanksgiving, Christmas, no, sir.
And not only that, his granddaughter, Granddad, I'm bringing my boyfriend over. Oh, thanks, sweetie. Who is it? Hello, Robert.
It's me, Robert.
Hello, Robert. It's like, oh, Bill.
It's me, the check.
The check. The check. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. That would be gross. Ew. I swear to God, if all of a sudden within a year, I hear Bill and Jordan file for a trademark called the check.
Not even that.
I'll send you $10. I'll cash app you $10 on this pod.
Listen, if that comes up, if you ever see the check, I would hope to see a news report later of Robert Kraft being arrested, because he's done went over the edge. He's done gone off. It's done. Because even Bill said himself, it is clear that I am not welcome around their facility, and so they're not welcome at ours. Pretty simple. To which Vrabel responded with,
"You're welcome. That's
an individual choice. We'll cross that bridge when we start looking at players. We're going to focus on our football team. I think that's their prerogative to make the decision they feel like are best for them. I think we'll have to find other ways to get the information for any players we want to look at North Carolina." Here's the biggest problem, though. Here's the biggest problem with the checks decision is, so according to Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer, he says it's not just affecting the Patriots. It's more extreme with the Patriots, but for scouts of the other 31 teams, you're only allowed to talk to one person when you go there, and that's Francis Jourdain, who was a scout for the Patriots all the way back during the first iteration of the dynasty. So they're basically closed their ranks off. He also goes on to say that here's what one AFC scouting director said to me regarding to this. He said, "Nobody is mad about UNC being a crappy visit. They don't have the players and they aren't talented. The only people who are going to suffer are the UNC seniors who may be late round guys or undrafted free agents. When you don't have ample background on guys that are late round UDFA players, we just move on to the next guy with a similar skill set that we know more about." So basically, all of this really just brought up the speculation that it's just confirming to everybody on the outside in the scouting community that UNC doesn't have good enough talent on it to even be looked at. That's what it seems like, is that he's just doubling down and confirming to everyone else outside of UNC is the team's not good. I know they're not good. So why am I going to show them off to NFL scouts when they're not worthy of being NFL recruited? And I think that's I think this was one of the dumbest moves he's made all since the spring. This is dumb.
Who, Bill or the scout saying that?
I say, at the end of the day, the scout can only say what he's seen. The last 2 games, would you say that we had good talent to look at?
Oh no, if he's talking about just the last 2 games, no. I was more so thinking about the players that we do have in the NFL that were drafted and things of that.
Well, no, he's talking about this current team though. So you can get players that are that good, but when you have it relegated to you only talk to one person when you go on the visit. From another thing that I saw, they only get to see 3 periods of a whole practice. They don't even get to see the whole practices. So they only get like 1 or 2 little segments, and then they got to go. And then on top of this, you just flat out banned a whole team from coming to the practices and scouting your players. So when you're restricting information on your players to the NFL scouts to the next level they're trying to get to, all you're doing is hurting their possibility of even getting to where they want to go. You're going to have guys wandering around as free agents, hoping that somebody eventually picks them up because they're not on anybody's radar as an undrafted free agent. You're just a regular free agent that's just being picked up with a potential practice opportunity.
This is true.
So this, like I said, this was the dumbest move he's made all year. And the unfortunate piece is he thinks, and all this is because he made this about him and not about the players. This is a beef between him and a professional entity. Sir, if you don't want to go to New England, then just don't go. But if you have a business, this is a business end of this now, you're bad for business, because the players that are coming to you have the expectation they're going to get the coaching and the visibility that's going to get them to the next level. And if you're cutting off people from being able to look at them, this is going to hurt your recruiting next season. Luckily enough, you got some of the players that you got, but that doesn't mean that's going to stop them from flipping. We've seen that already.
I'm going to say this. One, it's definitely stupid on Bill's part. I can agree with you on that. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that there. Now, do I think that if the Patriots are really interested in the guy, they won't find other ways to get said info? Absolutely. You ain't gonna sit there and tell me they ain't got ties or they ain't got like connections.
They're gonna find a way to get tape
with other
sports.
Like with even just regular college scouts or like other people be like, hey yo, we know y'all playing them this week. Can you like as a favor to me, bro? Just tell me what you see from this guy. Tell me what you saw out there. Send me the film when you're done. Or even shoot, here's my thing. Even if you can't go to the game, it ain't like the games ain't televised.
Not even just that. They'll just go to the away games. They'll go to the campuses that they're welcome to.
I'm saying,
they'll just go to UCF.
That's the one reason why I think what the scout said is kind of dumb. Is like, okay, if we don't have enough, we'll move on to the next one. And I'm like, if you're really interested in a guy, you'll find a way to go look at that guy. You'll find a way to get film on that guy, even if it means going old school and just watching actual game film yourself rather than going in person. Even if that means, hey, instead of watching them, like you said, at their home game in Chapel Hill, we got to travel to when they go to Clemson because we know we can get on Clemson's campus.
Well, here's the thing, and like I said, and I don't disagree with you. That's true. Like if they really want somebody, then they're going to find a way to get the information that they need to really see what that person is like. But I think my problem with this and this scouting director's problem is when you're not allowing your scouts to talk to anybody else but the recruiting director on your campus. You're not giving them a whole lot of time to even really look at the practices at all when you do get to go to the practices. And more often than not, if I'm going to, let's say, if I'm going to UCF for the UCF UNC game, most of the time, if I'm going to that campus, I'm going to the team. I'm going to look at the team that I'm at the campus at. I'm not really just going and looking at UNC Charlotte because I couldn't come to Chapel Hill to look to watch them there. Now I'm going to pay attention to both, especially if there's a guy that I'm interested in on both teams. But it's like 9 times out of 10, if I say I'm going to UCF to scout a game, I'm going to UCF to see what UCF got. I'm going to
but
Troy to see what Troy got. But no, I don't disagree that at the end of the day, you could just do old school film watching, which I think a lot of them still do. You can also just go and pull information from other scouts because it's not like y'all don't share information. Now, there's something that I know you're not sharing everything, but there's no base information that everybody should have. You probably are sharing like, oh, he's 6'8", 200 something pounds, runs this, runs that.
Like, I think more so because of the fact that I believe, okay, if I'm really interested in this guy, I want to see him at this game, I'm not allowed at XY campus, I'll go to a different campus. I think a lot of scouts actually do that. I think I'll disagree with say, I think a lot of scouts actually do go to away campuses, even with no intention, but they go to the away campus with like, hey, I'm here to watch old boy on the away team. Now, if I see somebody on the home team here that stands out, okay, now this is just a beneficial visit because I came to see bro on the away squad. Oh, look, they got somebody on this home squad.
No, like I was saying, you have your targets when you go. So no, you're definitely going. If you're going to a game, you're going with the expectation to look at certain people, whether it be home team or away team. Now, most of the time when they say that, at least in my understanding, that if I'm going, let's say if I'm going to Clemson to watch Clemson versus, let's say, Virginia, I'm mainly going for the Clemson players because they're the home team. I want to see how they play. But I'm also going into it like, okay, who does Virginia have that I could also look at while I'm here since they're both playing each other? Mm-hmm. But because it wouldn't make any sense for you to be a scout and not look at both teams. But the other thing what he was saying when it comes down to not having ample background information on a guy who is a late round and you undrafted free agent, I agree, because if you know, and like I said, we'll use two of ours. Let's say we got Jordan Shipp and Paysour, right?
Yeah.
If you know more about Jordan Shipp, despite both him and Paysour having similar abilities, if you know more on Shipp than you do Paysour, are you taking Paysour over Shipp? Let's say they both have similar stat lines, similar skill sets, but the main difference is the amount of information you have on one versus the other. Are you going with the more unknown guy? Or are you going with the one that you know, oh, this is what he does in practice, this is what we can do with him, this is what his development's looking like?
I mean, if I'm keeping my job, I'm taking the guy we've got more info. But if I'm being me and just being a radical, hey, I got so much untapped potential over here. He could probably do everything this guy can do and more. But I get what you're saying. I mean,
in that sense, I agree with him. Like I said, if you're in a professional organization and most of the time you're doing this to keep your job, I'm gonna go with the guy I have the more information on compared to the guy that I don't. And if you're not allowing us to gather as much information as possible, then of course I'm going to pass up this guy, despite no matter how many endorsements you give him, for the guy that I know a lot more about.
At that moment, it falls onto the scout and his gut feeling. Like in that moment, you honestly need a scout who really knows football and knows potentials, because you need a scout that's going to be like, listen, I know we ain't got X, Y, and Z. I know we ain't got all the film we want, but bro, there is something in my gut, in my heart of hearts, that's telling me to take this guy. For example, like when I said about Patrick Surtain over J.C. Horn. I love J.C. Horn, don't get me wrong. But you remember years ago, I was screaming from the heavens during that draft, Carolina, take Patrick Surtain. Take him. My gut of guts was like, I've seen this boy play. Like, just take his man. You've been screaming that. You screamed that about players before, and they've turned out to be great.
And here's my thing with that. So I also can't say that's on the scouts though, because a scout can say this is who I think we should get based off of this is my gut feeling. I watched him do this, watch him do this. I think he's going to be a great asset. But when it comes down to the coaching staff and general manager, if you can't make a strong enough argument, they're not going to pick him either. Because the scouts don't pick the players. The scouts just bring them to the table.
But that's where I say it does fall on the scouts, because they're the subject matter expert of scouting this player. They are the expert in looking at recruits and making the best advice and best decisions and best options for the coaches and the general managers and the front office to make. Now, you're right. You got to make a good argument for them, because if you can't present the argument well enough, it ain't gonna work. You got to be able to be a good presenter and be like, hey, present your case, state your facts, show your work. But the scouts at the end of the day are the subject matter experts. And are you one, a trusted source of being this expert? Two, are you willing to speak? Do you really know football? And do you really to give your heart into being like, listen, we may not have all the tape, but I've been scouting and watching players all my life, and something is telling me this is the guy we need to take. And I will put everything I got on that. Or I know, it sounds crazy. I know we have more film on other people, but that's the guy right there. And once you have those two things, then that third thing, like you pointed out, is being able to present that to the coaches to where they see the vision that you see. Because you can have the instinct of football. You can have the expertise of being a scout for so many years. But if you cannot articulate that to the coaches to see the vision that you're seeing, boom, you're done. So that's why I say it's on the scout.
I mean, I get that, but the other dark side to that is your job's on the line. This gut feeling could be the main difference between either you keeping your job or losing it for the rest of your day, or
that's
losing
it. NFL. That's entire.
This is true.
That's every position in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying though. So from a job standpoint, yeah, I would say if you want to take a shot on guys, undrafted free agents and late round guys are some of the best guys to take a shot on, because most of the time those are guys you don't particularly need, but they're guys that they're developmental projects, they're guys that we saw have potential, so on and so forth. So no, you can put in that argument for that, but it's those guys that you might feel are higher than that, and then you pick them and find out he wasn't it.
I get that, because I get that, and I have for examples, two kind of that support my thought process, but two that do support the dark side process that you're talking about. And for example, Reggie Wayne, Division III, Holy Trinity, picked as low as he was, became the second best receiver Peyton Manning ever had while playing with the Colts. Can't deny that.
Yeah.
More recently, Chuba Hubbard, 4th round draft pick from the 2020 draft, is now a 1,000-yard rusher, and was only thrown in there because of injuries and Miles Sanders crap in the bed. But now is considered, honestly, I ain't gonna say top 10, but I'd say a top 20 running back in the league when he has a good line.
And the same argument can be made for, like I said, the guys that we thought real high of.
Jimmy Clausen, Carolina thought real high of him.
So I can do you one better. Will Levis.
Big facts. Big facts.
Will Levis was one.
Blake Bortles. Oh,
remember, Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback off the board.
Hey, the one you said I was over hating on for years. Carson Wentz. I was never on the Wentz train, and you know it. I
still feel like you were over. I still feel like you were over.
I was never on the Wentz train.
I still feel like you were overhating a little bit. And you're right. I'm not gonna tell you were. I still feel like there was a little bit of overhate. Not a whole lot. Just about this much. Because once again, I think had he not torn his ACL when he did, that man would have got MVP.
He would have got league MVP.
Now, would he have fallen off after that? We'll never know. because we see now that he fell off.
I will say this. He would have got league MVP because everybody was already crowning it for him. Like the narrative was there. He was already going to get it. And the Eagles were one of the top seeds in the league at the time. Not going to deny that. I don't think the Eagles win the Super Bowl that year. I don't believe the Eagles win the Super Bowl that year.
I don't think they would have had the same exotic kind of play calling. No, I don't think they would have did the same. But like I said, but once again, that's one of those things we'll just never know because.
Hey, yo, Doctor Strange. I need the multiverse of madness. Talk to me real quick. I need to see some things. And speaking of week one in the NFL, speaking of like the NFL in of itself, man, let's look at how the week one. Let's look at how some Tar Heels did in week one, because apparently it was a good day for some, sporadic day for others. Apparently Drake May was frustrated and didn't have a great day for the Patriots as they lost 20-13. I want to say that was the score. And Drake May went 30 of 46, 287, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 fumble, and an 80.6 passer rating. Not a QBR, passer rating.
So there was a thing that came up because and somebody said something similar about Michael Penix this past week. If you have a quarterback that's having to throw 40 some odd times in a game, you may have a problem. The reason why, because it's just basically showing to me that your team at this point ended up having to be one-dimensional because you couldn't move anything on the ground. Your offensive line isn't as good as you thought it would be, at least rush blocking, because Atlanta had to do the same thing. Atlanta only had 50 yards rushing, maybe.
I ain't gonna say that, and I will say it's because I have a dated mindset in the sense of I've seen Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady throw for 40 all the time and have great running games behind them, but they just slinging it.
You hot. No, I ain't gonna say nothing against
that. But even if they were hot or cold, like you were guaranteed, generally speaking, unless it was just a pure blowout win, they were throwing the ball minimum 38 times. Like 40, they would go get 40 on average.
Like I can get you,
especially Breeze.
I can understand the 30 to 35 game. Because I can understand maybe throwing between 30 and 35 times a game. I think once you start getting in the 45 plus range,
I think it
like something about play calling is not going right.
Honestly, I think it depends on the quarterback that does it. And here's what I mean by that. If Cam Newton is throwing the ball 45 times in a game, we are doing something wrong. If Cam Newton is throwing 45, 50 passes in a game, wrong. If Michael Vick was throwing 45 to 50 passes in a game, something's wrong.
It's a very fair point.
Because Phillip Rivers, I ain't never seen him throw for 45 passes in a game. Maybe once or twice. If Eli Manning is Eli's throwing for 45 to 50 in a game. All right, bro, what are we doing? What's going on here? So I genuinely think it depends on the quarterback who does it, because nobody would say that if it was Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Well, no, if Jalen Hurts is throwing, that's the one right there. If Jalen Hurts is throwing for 45 passes in a game, Saquon's hurt. Something's up. Like if Jalen Hurts is throwing for 45 to 50 passes in a game, Saquon Barkley and they running backs are hurt because ain't no way. You know what I mean?
Because looking at Tom Brady's stats,
like Joe Burrow, I expect to throw 45 passes in a game.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And it hurt me in my fantasy. Joe Shiesty. Like you turned into Joseph Burrow this week. Joseph Jonathan Burrow. You were not Joe Shiesty.
Because let's see here, going over Tom Brady's career, it looks like the most passes he threw in any game was 59 passes. He went 38 for 59 against the Bucks.
Wow.
But most of his season,
the fact that it was against the Bucks is kind of funny.
Yeah. But for most of his career, I think the highest thing after that was probably around like 47. But he didn't do that multiple times in a year, though. He had a couple of times where he had like maybe 43, 42. But most games, it was under 42 or less in most games. Now, there was one season where he did 56, 53, 53, and 44. Let's see, what year was this? Nah, I don't care.
I don't care.
So no, I definitely can see the argument. It just depends on who the quarterback is.
Because it definitely depends on.
I think somebody was saying like if you got your young, like year 2 guy throwing that many times in the game, then you may have a problem. But
if you're saying it that way, I can see what you're getting to.
Offense, who's a run first offense, then no, that is a problem when you got your quarterback having to throw 40 times when you got Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier in your backfield. So it depends on the team. But talking about runners, because Amari Hampton had 15 carries for 48 yards, 2 receptions for 15. Javonte Williams 15 for 54, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions for 10 yards. Oh, I didn't know Mac Hollins was a Tar Heel. I thought he went somewhere else.
Not according to what I saw.
Oh, neat. He only had 1 reception for 3 yards.
It's a neat.
And Cedric Gray had 4 tackles and 3 assisted tackles.
Not from the list I saw, but
and so nobody really went off for the Tar Heels this week. But you know who did go off?
Hey, bruh. Amir Brown, that man went off, dog. When I tell you that boy was cooking, that man went for 113 yards and 3 rushing TDs. And boy, listen, I got the film. I got the film for you. Because you know you like film. You know you like to watch film.
That beautiful bean footage.
It's going to be on IG, but
nah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Take off the banner. That way the folk can see too.
Oh, hold on.
Because I don't want them to complain like, I can't see it all. There we go.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was gonna make that cut left for a minute there.
Hey,
good job. Okay, good job to keep them legs moving.
Hey, man, this was moving and grooving. Oh wow.
He told him get off me. And the other guy whiffed.
Swing and a whiff.
Weave.
Dee. And then the way he threw the ball right at the ref. I think he did. Now it's just restarting.
Yeah, we back up top.
But yeah, bro, like considering he is 4-star recruit, already committed to UNC, and he went off of 113. Hey, the boy good.
Gives you some hope for the running back room for sure.
Gives you some hope for the running backs. The boy is good, and I'm happy for it.
Now, from the looks of it, it looks like we got a new recruit this week on top of that.
Oh, yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, Carolina, I ain't going to say stole. That just sounds bad. Persuasively convinced an offensive tackle to jump ship from Tennessee and the SEC and to come on over to the heels of Carolina, and he's staying home. So JB Shabazz, 4-star offensive tackle out of Kernersville, North Carolina. He played at East Forsyth High School. 6'6", 315 pounds class of 2026, has decommitted from Tennessee and will now play for the Tar Heels. He's a number 3 player in North Carolina, number 28 offensive tackle nationally, and the 308th player ranked nationally. He committed to Tennessee on July 11th, but switched over the day after North Carolina lost to TCU. He switched over the day after North Carolina lost to TCU, and he was in attendance at that game. And earlier in the spring, he did have a visit at Chapel Hill. And this is what he had to say about the time, even though UNC wasn't in his final original selection. He said the UNC game environment, because they took him to a basketball game. And he said the UNC game environment was crazy. I had an awesome time at the game and with the coaches. I didn't get a chance to talk to Julius Peppers, but I got the opportunity to talk to Lawrence Taylor, and it was great talking to him for a bit. What excites me is being with Coach Belichick and around his guys, because I feel like he's going to change the program completely, and I can't wait for that. So I think he definitely probably reaffirmed that thought process after the TCU game and was like, nah, I could have helped them stop this. This ain't it. I could come here and be a man and show them this ain't it.
Definitely, if you're an offensive tackle getting looked at by Tennessee, who once again is a stout running team, but has also gotten very good at passing now at this point. So that's some big praise coming from that. So I look at it like this: at least that loss brought in something good,
right? Because remember, we were talking about what that loss would do if losing that bad would happen. Would that dissuade recruits? Would that convince more recruits to be like, you know what? Let me go there. Let me go be a part of it. Let me go fix the problem. I'm that guy.
Right.
And also, because of it, I know you like it. He has some film as well. That man loves some good film in the morning.
I do enjoy some good film.
So here we go. Oh, that is a big boy.
I say that is a big man.
oh God. Why is it every time we watch this film, there's one highlight that just makes us break out laughing like that?
It's like that play. It's like the guy came up, he grabbed him, he said, fold, and pushed him down.
Bro, this man folded on one leg. I ain't never seen somebody fold on one leg, not both, just one.
One shall stand, one shall fall. And that is you. That man stood no chance.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This coach does not love that. Hey, whoever the coach over here, whoever the coach for them, he said you got the assignment of going against Shabazz. What?
Look at his posture. He's about to fold again.
Bro, I'm afraid for his ACL, dog.
He has no leverage. Okay, there he goes.
And he's on. I'm afraid of his ACL.
I wouldn't even pay attention to the running back. I was just hoping for the other dude.
All right, you might have a better chance. Or not.
That was good zone blocking, though. It's a different guy this time.
Different guy. Bigger guy. Oh, God, dog. Wait a minute.
Where you go, bro?
This man, wait a minute. I know I didn't just see that.
Oh, play it. That man said exit, stay left even.
That man took him so far out, literally out the camera frame. Oh, God. Oh, bruh.
He put up a better fight than some of the other guys so far.
That he did.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie. That man just stood you straight up, bro.
I'm about to say, you wouldn't even go look for another block. You just stood there.
What do you need? Hey, he had the best shed.
Yeah, he got him off of him.
Hey.
I didn't even let that one play. I didn't even let that play finish.
Y'all said it ain't gonna be. Oh, good God. Not you. Oh, wait. Nah. I want you to see. I want you to see what this linebacker does after he gets
Why they
smacked.
do him like that?
Then hops up like he did something.
Nah, he hopped up like, you know what? That's all right. He hit me, but it ain't hurt. I ain't hurt though. He tried. I'm all good.
Good. That could have
Why
been
he doing
worse.
that?
That could have been worse, honestly.
Yeah. Nah, he took.
He took out his own teammate and the other. God,
See, my camera did the funny thing for me. I didn't even have to do nothing.
bruh.
Camera, you did it, everything.
Hey, here's the bad part, bro. He's headhunting. He's looking for somebody else.
Somebody else, as he should, as any lineman should. He just wasn't quick enough to get over there.
Nope.
Why would you do that?
He said, if I go out wide and then dip in, I can get around him. I'm quick enough. Man said, no.
That was the wildest route for any kind of edge rusher I've ever seen. Like, luckily enough, the other guy got to the quarterback, but still.
Oh, same dude who hopped up earlier.
Hey, he stayed up this time. That was a soft block, though.
That's a good block.
I was gonna say that's good pass protection.
He just let him live.
Some of these look like he's like some of these kind of looks like he's playing down the competition a little bit.
He is. Because it's like he knows once he wins, he ain't got to do too much unless he wants to. You know what I mean?
Full circle.
Mink. I ain't gonna lie, y'all need to, the receiver.
His hands were just for decoration.
Just for decoration. Bro, look at this whole old line. Like,
it's a big old line.
Bro, that's a huge old line.
That's a big old line. Especially 58. Look at him.
Like that's a legit like college old line.
If 58 can move, like look at 58.
I'm saying, bro. That's a college old line.
They got him at tackle now.
He been tackled the whole time.
He was right. He's left guard now, or right guard. I'm talking about 58 now. I ain't even looking at. JB anymore.
Dude, I feel bad for that guy.
Because I'm just looking at 58's mobility. For like as big as he is.
You are missing some hilarious things over here. Oh no, not again. Bro, it was the same thing.
Oh, this is just the other angles of those are the plays we saw.
Oh. That's crazy. Not y'all got both angles. Not y'all. Yeah, this is just a different angle of the same play. That's kind of funny.
Wow, that is hilarious.
That I ain't never.
That's first set of video we've seen do that.
Right. Now I've never seen a highlight video do that. Because the crazy part is, if you're not paying attention, you could easily get fooled into thinking these are just more highlights.
Yeah. Well, it's something to look at. It's like, now these are highlights I don't have any problem looking at twice. That was a good pass protection on that last one, too. It was a good one. That's a good clip to finish on.
It was, man. It was. Hold up. Let me hold up. Mute your thing for 2 seconds. All right, you good.
I have no idea what I was muted for, but all right.
All right. You have no idea? You have no reason? No.
No inkling whatsoever. Besides that ESPN notification that I heard.
I don't know what you heard.
It's gonna show up in the recording. They gonna hear it.
Never.
Anyway, Tar Heel birthdays.
Well, let's see. Tar Heel birthday. Yep, because his birthday will be on Monday by the time we do our next pod. So happy birthday to Defensive lineman Jabron Harvey, man.
Jabron.
Happy birthday, man. Hope you have a great birthday and whatnot. Living your best life, doing your
Who
thing.
named him LeBron?
Shut up. Ain't nobody did that.
And now
Yeah.
it's time. For Tar Heel Man went and stole her. That's what he did. That's what he muted me for. So he can record sounds. I see what happened. He can get us copyrighted. I got him.
Hey, we've been doing this the whole time. I ain't never got this copyrighted.
It is your turn.
It is my turn.
Yep, it's your turn this week.
All right, y'all. So my Tar Heel takeaway of the week, man. Listen, if you are a brewery, a bar, adult arcade, or whatever have you, have a food option. Have a food option. I should not have to DoorDash food to your facility. Granted, I appreciate that y'all let me bring food to the facility, which means I can bring the cheapest food I want and y'all just providing the drinks and the atmosphere. Cool. But if I have to DoorDash or go somewhere else to get the food, especially if you're advertising food on your TV monitors and whatnot around the way, have some simple food. It could be just like one burger, a few pizzas, and some wings, dog. It could be the simplest of stuff. You ain't got to have a smorgasbord of food options, but always have food options at your venues. Always have food options at your venues especially where adult beverages are being utilized and being consumed. Because come on now, y'all know we can't do this on an empty stomach. And if you do, hey, don't do that. Stop doing that. That's the other part of this. If you consume adult beverages on an empty stomach because you think it's fun, bro, stop. You're not 22 anymore. You're not a broke college student no more. Eat some food before you do it. Jesus. That way you can hold your liquor better. Man, I can't stand that. Like, oh, what'd you eat? Nothing, because it hits harder. You know what else is going to hit harder? That vomit when you hit the bathroom floor. That porcelain toilet. When you crack your head inside it because you can't aim, bro. My God.
Don't be a porcelain princess.
Please don't. But yeah, venues, breweries, bars, pubs, adult arcades, make sure y'all got a food option, just a few, if any. That way we ain't got to DoorDash and bring food in. Again, appreciate that I can, because you're like, yeah, y'all can bring whatever food you want. But if I'm coming to your establishment, I'm honestly trying to do everything there. I'm not trying to go to multiple different places and then bring the food. That's my Tar Heel takeaway of the week. I saw that. Stop that.
I'm trying to get it to zoom back out. It's not even me trying to make it zoom in. I'm trying to get it back out.
all I see is it look like a 2000s rap video.
And the bad thing is, it was doing it because I was drinking my water bottle and it did it on its own. I was doing it on purpose. But anyway, Tar Heel takeaway of the week is a phrase that I believe more people should live by. Where were your antennas? Because there have been far too many people out here either showing complete and utter lack of awareness of their own surroundings or even social cues, or forgetting what their job is, or just forgetting just general life things in general. It's all over the place. So where were your antennas when you were supposed to do the responsible thing at your job? Where were your antennas when you were out here spewing nonsense on the internet? Where were your antennas when you decided to hop on that one boy's live and throw racial slurs at him and thought there weren't going to be no consequences? Remember, folk, be careful of what you do on social media because there can be and shall be real life consequences. And there was a guy recently that effed around and found out because now he probably about to get fired from his job in the worst way.
Which one?
Oh, you ain't see that?
Are you talking? I'm saying which one?
Oh, this was that dude that's about to get that guy in the Navy fired from his job.
Yeah, that's all I was asking. If it was that one.
Man.
Yeah, that's why I was asking which one. Because I was thinking of that one. I ain't gonna lie, his delivery though. His delivery, especially to meet the Grams.
Cold.
Hey.
But once again, it's like you gotta look at it like this, people. In this new age of technology, where people are getting doxxed left and right, what makes you think that you can go somewhere and say whatever you want to a random stranger and think that they don't have the ability to find out who you are? Because it's the internet. People's information is all over the place. It may be in bits and pieces, but it's all over the place. Y'all need to be careful out here what you say and what you do on the internet. This is why we talk about football on here. We don't do nothing crazy. Talk about football, talk about cartoons, and play video games. That's what we do. We mind our business. And I feel like more people should do the same. So once again, where were your antennas? Because somebody should have saw whatever happening, should have made the right decisions when the decisions need to be made. That's all I got to do.
Listen, crazy enough. I'm going to quote somebody who we never thought I would quote. I'm going to quote one of our old coaches, Brian Jackson.
Okay.
Brian said it best when you remember the running back on our flag football team? I'm not going to dox his name, but you remember the running back on our flag football team that
I remember
caused us a whole bunch of issues and ended up in a situation? He said it best when that situation popped out. Time-stamped evidence. That's what the internet is. That's what it is, dog. So for those of you, like my co-host said, you want to say something crazy on the internet that's out of pocket that you know you wouldn't say in front of this person in their face, that you know if your place of employment, your family members, some people in your circle probably will not condone.
If you aren't willing to stand in the church or in front of your family, in front of your supervisors, or in a wall, or in your local food or your local food line, because I can't say Walmart because anybody will say anything in a Walmart. If you won't say it in a Kroger or a Publix or a Chick-fil-A, probably should keep it to yourself.
More than likely, you probably should keep it to yourself, because you're also in the generation of not only will you get doxxed, you're in a generation you will get dropped. You're in the generation that you will get dropped. Anniversary. I know we're a month late. Anniversary Montgomery Brawl.
Montgomery Brawl. Got kids getting swatted. Like y'all gotta be careful, man.
That is the one fear I hope we never have, dog.
Man.
Cause I never understood that. Like, I just don't understand the joy you get from doing that to somebody.
Giving them everlasting trauma because you don't like they don't like their live stream.
And then you wasting resources, like legit police resources, just to do something like that. Like, come on now, dog.
Thousands of dollars.
For a joke. Like,
crazy.
All right. But y'all, we gonna get up out of here. My co-host, I did the intro. You do the outro. Let's go.
Appreciate y'all for coming. Remember, every Tuesday here, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Also, we do plan on having a post game. We do have plan on the post game this week, right?
Yes. So what time is the game?
Richmond, I think it's 3:30.
Richmond is 3:30. I may not be available for post game because I do have a soccer game. If it's at 7, I could probably still make it. Or if it's at 12, I could probably do it.
So yeah, we plan on a post game this weekend. If you don't see one, there will be one for the UCF game.
Yeah. Or what we could do.
Either way, we're gonna talk about it.
What we could do, if we don't do it immediately, we could do it the next morning.
Yeah, because if you don't see it Saturday, you should see it Sunday. So
Yeah,
we'll be so don't worry, there'll be a post game for this Richmond game. But outside of that, appreciate y'all for joining us. We'll see y'all next week. Stay safe out there. Peace.